Hi, everybody. Get my chat up here. Happy Sunday to everyone. It is good to see you. We made it. We made it to a Sunday. Another one. So it is good to be with you. I've got my Sunday shirt on. I should back up. It's a Sunday. It's a Holy Bucket Sunday, y'all. Holy Buckets. This is available in the merch store as well. If you want to walk around with my face on your shirt. I walked into the grocery store with this on, and the checker thought I was nuts. And they're probably right. What's up, guys and gals? It's good to see all of you. All my friends are here. Sean Bean is here, and Paul and Soggy and John and Bruce and Johan and Todd and Steven. Hello, Steven. And Leffe is here from Stockholm. And Juan and Bill. Hello, Bill. Arrow is here. Tom is here. All right, all my friends. Split is here. It is good to hang out with y'all. Megan is on her way. She was running some errands, and she's on her way back, and will be with us hopefully before too long. Gibby's coming to us from Indiana. Hi, Gibby. Yeah, it's a double Doug. How about that, y'all? Holy buckets! This was kind of a fun shirt that we put together, and yeah, it's just one of those things. So it's good to see all of y'all. It was a great week last week, and busy week last week, and I think I have a great week coming up for y'all. We do nothing if not keep working and working and working and working and sharing music and keeping the community going, and it's great. When I look back at the calendar for this year, we've been busy, y'all, and I am just thankful to be able to continue to do this work. And so thank all of you for supporting what we do here and being patrons and all that stuff. Your participation is what keeps us going, and I'm very thankful for all of y'all. So what did we do last week? Let me give you a breakdown here. I started off with Lorna Shore on Monday. Y'all remember that? I about lost it with Lorna Shore. Holy crap. That was some intense metal music, friends. You know, for a long time, people would say on Metal Mondays, well, is it metal? It's kind of hard rock. It's not really metal. That was some metal if I've ever heard it. And it, you know, on my personal list of favorites for, you know, personal listening, I don't think that one's going to make it. But I was really impressed with that band, the drummer, the vocalist, all of them just really provided a visceral response from me. So that was some expressionistic art for sure. Yeah, Tom, I should have saved that one for Halloween. I've got a couple of ideas for around Halloween week that we'll get to later in the month. Yeah, so Lorna Shore this past week, and then we did Tank from Cowboy Bebop, an anime, on Wednesday, and that was like a 180. It was jazzy and upbeat and bright and just all sorts of fun. I enjoyed that one. Our extended play lounge this week was the Yes album. How about that? I finally got to the Yes album, to all of it, and that's currently available on our Patreon. It's been a long time since we did a full extended play lounge episode featuring music from Yes. A lot of my listening to Yes has been here on the YouTube channel, but over on Patreon this past week, our latest EPL, the Yes album. That was great. Let's see, Soggy liked the Tank reaction. Rock on. Martin is asking me what I think of Jethro Tull. I think they're a really interesting prog band. A lot of these some prog bands come from like rock and roll and then they turn prog. Some come from folk and turn prog. Some come from classical and turn prog. For me, Jethro Tull is like a madrigal group. that turned prog, and they're all slightly different in the way that they express themselves and the way that their instrumentation works. I really have enjoyed my listens to Jethro Tull. The latest one hasn't been too long. I've got my calendar up here right now. In fact, our extended play lounge before the Yes album was a passion play from Jethro Tull, and really enjoyed that. Paul is saying they were actually a blues band. That makes sense to me as well. Coming from a popular style, like music of the people style of music, and then it becoming sort of lifted up to prog. Really cool. Thank you, Arrow, for putting in our link to Patreon. We'll talk about our Patreon here today as well. If you would like to become a paying member of All Things Daily Doug over on our Patreon, that is how you get there. The prices are still quite low, as low as we can make them, and we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun over there. What else did we do? Yes. I really enjoyed getting to talk with Trevor Rabin this week. That was really, really a special opportunity for me. I was actually approached by Trevor's management and asked if I would be interested in an interview. And I said, yes, I would. Yes, I would. And I've been learning a lot about his music, more about him and his career, and it was lovely to chat with him and listen to some of his new album called Rio, which was released on Friday. So my interview with Trevor was dropped on Thursday. Yeah, Luis is checking out our Epica, the Quantum Enigma. I've got some heavy duty albums back here. We've got Haken, Virgin Steel, we got Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, we got Deep Purple, Made in Japan back there, we got some Radiohead, got some great stuff back there. And I will tell you why I have all of this stuff back there, especially the Iron Maiden one here in a minute. I will tell you about that. I am missing your chat here. What are y'all talking about? Pam is watching Steeler football and me. Thank you, Pam, for managing your priorities today. I appreciate that. Guitar Channel says Trevor started out doing disco tech. That doesn't surprise me, y'all. Paul says Changes is a song by Trevor Rabin. I understand that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see. Howard the Duck. Was that, where did you go? Does joining the Patreon allow me to influence the song choices? A little bit. Our patrons, for our patrons, we have a special recommendations portal that's actually on our Discord server, where folks can put in their suggestions for the channel, whether it be a Metal Monday or an extended play lounge on the Patreon or a Masterpiece Friday or just a regular episode. And the members of the community can upvote those. And my promise to our patrons is that I will personally spend time with every single one of the suggestions that come forth via that way. It's an organized way for me to go through and be able to see each one in a similar format so that I can make decisions about what's going to go on our list and what we're going to save for later. So yeah, a little bit of, because that's where I really do take a look personally at every single suggestion that comes in. UK is asking, have you done any Toto? I don't think I've done any Toto on the channel, but I enjoy their stuff. I'm a Toto fan. I've listened to them for a long time. Great musicians. It's kind of the way it is. Somebody was talking about Marillion here. You know, the bands that I've kind of adopted for my own personal listening, I tend not to put on the channel as much because I'm listening to their stuff offline. It's a kind of a double-edged sword, but maybe I'll get to some of those as well and put in some of my own favorites, and we'll just hang out and enjoy them together. Let's see, what else did we do? We finished out the week last week with one of my favorite episodes that I've done in several months. It was Fanfare for the Common Man. And we started out by watching and taking a look at the original manuscript, the original hand-drawn manuscript from Aaron Copland from 1942. Astounding, absolutely astounding in what's there and what's not there. He didn't overwrite it. He left it open and he left it just buoyant, and it's such a glorious piece. We then listened to the original version and then took a look at ELP's cover or adaptation of it, and it was wonderful. If you enjoyed the little bit with the score, over on the Patreon, once or twice a month, our Behind the Score series, we do just that. We take a look at scores and listen to the music as well. Great stuff. Martin is saying The Crow and the Nightingale by Marillion. It's one of my favorites from them. Absolutely remarkable tune. Remarkable. So I am with you, Martin, on that. Maybe we'll put that one up before too long. Thank you, Pam. Pam says Fanfare is one of her top 5 reactions. Yeah, I love that one. It just really came off the way that I wanted it to. And I was really, really excited about getting back to Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Oh, just a great group. Absolutely fantastic. Jake is asking if I would review some late 80s Norwegian black metal. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. What makes it Norwegian? Where they're from? Or are they singing in Norwegian? Not sure. I'm up for anything, y'all. The thing is, I got to make decisions on a weekly basis about what to prioritize on any given week. And so I try to make those decisions before I come on Sunday so that I can lock them in for a week and then just enjoy looking at the music for that week. And then the next weekend, I get all antsy again trying to figure out what's coming next. And we do it all over again. So it's a responsibility for sure, but it's one that I very much treasure and enjoy doing. Okay, y'all. Yeah, hey Tallman, check out Marillion. You will not be disappointed. They are great. They are absolutely great. So yeah, last week it was some anime, some like metalcore or deathcore. And then a whole bunch of prog. It was a great week, and I've got a lovely week for y'all as well. If you are a metal fan, I got you covered. If you're a classical fan, I got you covered. If you're a blues guitar fan, I got you covered. If you're a prog fan, I got you covered. Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you about it. Before that, I'm just checking up your on your stuff here. Bruce says that Norway and Sweden are known for their extreme metal. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. There's some really fantastic music coming from Northern Europe like that. Sieg says that Kiss just played their last farewell tour in Australia. Wow, I didn't know Kiss was still going. That's awesome. Okay, so what is up this week? What is up this week? Tomorrow, I got my Iron Maiden album out because we're making it another Maiden Monday. Tomorrow, y'all. Maiden Monday, tomorrow. It's been a while since we did a Maiden Monday, and we're making it a expanded Metal Monday. A lot of the Iron Maiden fans have been, you've listened to a lot of the great classic stuff, but you haven't listened to much of the very first album. The very first album. You got to get to that. And so guess what we're doing? Side one of Iron Maiden by Iron Maiden. We've got 5 songs on tap from the opening side of Iron Maiden's first album, and then we'll get to the last half of it next month. But I am starting tomorrow with Iron Maiden. Back from the way that it began with Paul Di'Anno on vocals, and I think Megan's coming in.
I've been listening.
Okay, good. Have I said anything wrong?
Traveling. I don't think so.
Good. I'm doing good so far. Megan's got a Daily Doug shirt on.
I do. I went out today with the Council of Doug's shirt. I'm wearing Doug on my person.
I'm wearing Doug on my person.
We're a makeup-free Meg today, basically.
It's okay.
It's Sunday.
Indeed.
Hi.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian. He says Paul Di'Anno sings on the first 2 Iron Maiden albums, and he says they're the best too. Well,
can we close that curtain?
Sure.
Thank you.
Get some of the light out of here. There we go.
Appreciate it.
And I recorded it yesterday, y'all, to make sure that we didn't have any copyright issues. It's ready to go, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with all of you.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, for our...
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I haven't listened to any of it, so...
It's great stuff.
I know
It's great stuff.
Bit of that album, but
you know,
not much.
it's funny. It's funny to me because I'm sitting there and
it's a little bit funny.
We've done so many Iron Maiden videos. But we haven't done as many lately because we've gotten through a lot of their discography.
True.
But this early stuff we still haven't listened to a whole lot of.
Yeah, it's true.
And I'm listening to it, and the very first song comes on. I'm like, okay, E minor. Okay, flat 6, flat 7, 1. It's Iron Maiden from the very beginning, from the very first song on the first album. They had their sound together.
Yeah, they had their sound together.
They had it going.
I was going to say they figured out what works and why. What's the phrase?
I don't know.
Don't fix what ain't broken.
Oh, sure.
Basically.
Sure. I can't remember.
Don't fix it if it
I'm
isn't
gonna
broken.
let's see. Prowler, we listened to first, and then Sanctuary, and then Remember Tomorrow, Running Free, and then I did listen again to Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
So those 5 songs are what is on tap for tomorrow's Metal Monday, and I am excited about that. Up on so Owan is asking, do you like Elton
because
John?
I was saying, I do enjoy Elton John.
We've seen him in concert a few times.
I cannot remember people's birthdays. I don't remember the date of our first date that we had. He does, but I don't. But I have a massive bank of song lyrics in my head.
Yeah.
It's not by choice, it's just how my brain is wired. And so you can say a sentence or a phrase or even a word, and out comes a song from
There you go.
So, yeah.
Excellent.
And you're like, it's funny. It's a little bit funny. That's just what pops into my head.
Elton's great. We love Elton.
Yes.
Yeah, Alistair, Sanctuary was a B-side, but I kept running. So I originally was not going to include it, but it was their second single that was released.
Yes.
But it was a non-album single at the time that it was released. When the album was released in America, it was included on that one, and when
On
the
side 2.
You're right, and when the album was re-released in 1998, it was included on side 1. So that's where I kept it this time.
Yep.
That's the story.
That's the story.
of Iron Maiden's
That's the
debut
story,
album.
Glory.
That is. So for our Patreon this week, I'm getting to another.
Who has a birthday? Happy birthday, John.
Whose birthday is it?
Happy birthday.
Somebody named John. Awesome.
Happy birthday, John.
Awesome. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, Patreon this week. I'm going to do another Behind the Score, and I'm continuing on.
Oh, John Lennon. Oh, thank you. Happy
John
birthday,
Lennon.
John. Yes,
John
indeed.
Lennon. I think we can all imagine a better
indeed.
world with John. Excellent. I am moving on to the next installment in my exploration of the planets by Gustav Holst.
Before you talk
and
about
that's
the planets,
that's gonna be our Behind the Score on Tuesday. It'll be Movement 3. Yeah.
I do want you to revisit that momentarily. I just wanted to say, Stephen said, talking about birthdays, my youngest lad made me feel old today because he turned 27 today. Listen, I feel you. When our nephew got married, we were like, I'm sorry, you're getting married?
Yeah.
What is happening right now?
Yeah. He was our ring bearer at our wedding.
Yeah.
How dare he grow up? It's just not even right.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Can you please? So we have side 1 of Iron Maiden tomorrow.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, please review again. You have a Behind the Score episode that's going to be over on our Patreon.
Yeah.
And what is it again? Please tell us about
Holst. Gustav Holst, The Planets.
Planets. Which movement are you? Because you've been doing it. You've done the first two movements,
Yeah,
yes?
I've done the first two, and now we're gonna
Now
get
you're
to
on
the
to
third
three.
movement, which is Mercury,
Mercury.
the winged
The winged messenger.
and then we're gonna get to Jupiter, and Jupiter I think is my favorite movement of the whole thing. Yeah, love it. Absolutely love it. So that's going to be our behind the score this week. So if you're a classical fan, that's where you catch that one. On Wednesday, we're going back to Stevie Ray Vaughan. This is, I believe,
Stevie Ray
a Bill C. Not Bill C. who's on here. Another Bill C. With us who has requested Riviera Paradise, and I don't know if I know that one. I don't think that I do. But I've been really enthralled by Stevie Ray's guitar playing, and so we're going to look at some more guitar this week. Stevie Ray Vaughan with Riviera Paradise. It's going to be great. On Thursday, it'll be a Throwback Thursday, one that I have pre-recorded, and this time it's a Frank Zappa tune. It's been months since we've included
It's been a
anything
long time.
from Frank Zappa. Far overdue, but we listened to his track 50/50 in our fan favorites episode 18 not too long ago, and I'm going to release that one for our YouTube audience.
Awesome.
And I think that will be just lovely. 50/50 from Frank Zappa, another guitar-led tune, really fun tune as I recall. What do you got?
Before it leaves the screen, I wanted to say, Schulte, nice. I feel better hearing that, Megan. My brain is wired the same way. No birthdays, mass song lyrics.
Yeah,
My friend, you feel me.
Yeah.
We understand each other.
for sure.
Excellent. I know I'm not alone. I know there's lots of me.
People are
out
putting
there.
in their favorite Zappa songs. He's just a wealth of really fascinating music, isn't he? And so smart he was. Thank you, David. He says it's a great Stevie Ray pick. Bill is asking for me to wear my Freddie Mercury jacket for the Holst episode. Well, if I can get
You
it
might
cool
die.
enough in here, I may have to open the window because that jacket is warm.
I'll put sweaters on. Yeah, that's a warm. That's a warm
Yeah.
jacket.
In a Glass House by Gentle Giant. Have I done that one? I've done a lot of Gentle Giant. More Gentle Giant over on Patreon than I have
True.
here on YouTube. That sounds
sounds
familiar to me, but
right?
I don't know for sure.
It's hard to remember.
I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But thank you
Arrow's
for
here.
that.
Arrow.
Yeah, he'll take a
Arrow
look.
will. My
The House, the
mouth
Street,
is-
the Room.
Arrow will
That was
help
it.
us.
The house, the whatever, the that's
Wait,
what I
what were you
remember.
talking about?
The House, the Street, the Room, Knots, and On Reflection.
Oh.
Great stuff. Absolutely. Alan is asking for
You did the House,
the House, the Street, the Room. Yep.
But not. So you have not done then in a glass house.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Always time for some more stuff. Let's see. Where was it? Alan is asking for Rick Wakeman's Journey to the Center of the Earth. I might put that on a poll. I'm thinking of some albums that have sort of at this time of year Halloweenish sort of appeal to them that we might do here at the end of the month. That'll be fun. Let's see, what else am I doing? I have to tell you about Friday, y'all. It's been a long time, and the Spock's Beard fans have been very patient. We're gonna do some more Spock's Beard. I've been meaning to get to Spock's Beard for months, like literally months. We've had some Spock's Beard on the channel or on the calendar, and we keep bumping it for other
I know.
things. But here's what happened. We did our fan favorites last month, and it was our favorite epic songs, longer tunes, multi-sectional sort of tunes, and one of the ones that got a lot of votes, but like barely missed our countdown is
Yeah.
called "The Light" by Spock's Beard. We've been considering both "The Great Nothing" and "The Light," and both of those songs were up for our fan favorites, for our epics. And I'm gonna go with "The Light" first instead of "The Great Nothing," because "The Light" is the one that barely missed our video with all the fan voting. Our community
Fan
of
voting?
whatever I
Yeah.
said or whatever I meant
you
to
said
say.
fan voting.
Fan voting. Good Lord.
voting. It's
You would
okay.
think it's a new week. You could think I would talk this week, but there's the one that we did a couple weeks ago, "Dazed and Confused" from Led Zeppelin. That came from that same countdown where it didn't quite get enough votes to make our countdown, but I
Yeah.
thought, that'd be a great Masterpiece Friday.
Yeah.
And so I was watching which of the Spock's Beard stuff was upvoted more in our community, and "The Light" got quite a bit more votes than "The Great Nothing" did. So I want to take a look at that. It comes from their very first album, and I believe it's the title track of that album, and it's around like 15, 17 minutes, I believe. And I've never heard it, and I love Neil's music, and this was when he was like inspired to start writing some new stuff, and Spock's Beard was formed. And I am really looking forward to getting some of that, to some of that style of prog. And so that's our week, friends. Iron Maiden, side 1 of their very first album is on Monday. We're looking at Movement 3 from The Planets by Holst on Tuesday. Stevie Ray Vaughan with Riviera Paradise on Wednesday. Frank Zappa, 50/50 on Thursday. And then Spock's Beard with "The Light" on Friday. It's going to be wonderful. Bill C. is seeing Ryo Okamoto's project tonight. Ryo plays on that original Spock's Beard recording. Does he not? I think I know Ryo from Spock's Beard, if I am not sure. So, y'all, that's our week. And it's going to be great. DG, updates for this month's fan favorites. We're going to be posting that and making all of that live to start submissions today. That's my next thing on my list after we finish up here with all of y'all. So yeah, it's going to be wonderful.
Do you want to give any info about that to folks who are on here who
Sure.
may be interested?
Sure.
If you were to want to join our Patreon and be part of
Sure.
the submissions process and voting for what's going to be in our next fan favorites video, which will happen at the end of this month. Do you want to tell them what the theme is
Yeah.
and what we're looking for?
So we are doing our third round of what we call Diamonds in the Rough. And these are songs and bands that don't have huge followings. Excuse me. My lunch is saying, "Hey, remember me?" Excuse me. What was I saying? Sorry.
Fan favorites.
Fan favorites.
Diamonds in the
We're doing
Rough.
Diamonds in the Rough. We've done a couple of them in the past, and this is when I've heard groups like Wobbler and IQ and Starcastle and Nectar, and even a couple of really deep cuts from some of our favorite bands. But this time, I am looking for an international flavor. Bands that are outside of the normal North American and Western Europe culture that most of the music that we listen to comes from. South America, Africa, the Far East, Indonesia, indigenous populations.
Yeah, from even indigenous populations
Yeah.
from North America, from
Your
where-
hidden gems
Yeah.
from these areas.
Yeah.
If you've got one, this
stuff
is
outside of like your typical Western music, kind of.
If you've got
generally
one,
speaking.
and I'm not limiting it to any sort of genre. If you've got one that's metal, if you've got one that's prog, if you've got one that's even sort of avant-garde classical, I don't care. Whatever you've got, if you've got something that Doug needs to hear about this, this is the month for something like that, and
You
this is
can-
the vehicle for me to hear
Yeah.
these bands and these songs.
You can take part in it, like Doug said. Those of you who are on our Patreon, we're going to be making that announcement today on Patreon and over on our
Yeah.
Discord, and you will be able to put your submissions in on the Fan Favorites channel on our Discord is where you have to submit your suggestions for
All the
that.
submissions come through Discord.
If any of y'all who are not yet patrons, if you're interested in this,
Any level tier can
any level
participate
tier
in this.
can participate
Yep.
in the voting. To watch the actual video, you will need to be in at least the $5 per month tier or one of the higher ones. But yes, y'all are welcome to come over. It's patreon.com/Doug Helvering.
Sure. Arrow is asking, can it be a band that has been on the YouTube channel before? Sure. Assuming that it meets all the other criteria, I would be perfectly fine
Right.
with that. Of course, I'm most interested in the stuff that I haven't yet heard, or the bands that I haven't yet heard from. But if y'all have a certain idea in mind and you're like, yeah, that's what Doug needs to hear, send it my way. Send it my way, and we'll see what we can come up with. The other thing that I want to say is that our next council meeting, our top tier members over on
Ooh, Ukrainian
Patreon,
folk band.
that would be fun.
Love that.
Thank you, Relative Time Works.
Yeah.
Our top tier folks are called the Council of Dougs.
Oh,
Can
you
we see
can't-
your shirt? Can you
Well-
pull it up a little bit? The Council of Dougs. There you go. And the council meets a couple times a month on
Yeah.
Saturdays, and we hang out and chat and enjoy each other's company,
Like
play some
2
music.
hours, hang out, listen
Normally
to
it's
music,
2 hours.
talking about what's coming up on the channel, all kinds of stuff. It's so much fun.
So on Saturday, the council hangout is at 4 o'clock, as normal. Yeah.
Oh, Arrow is saying if anyone has any fan favorites questions, post them
Yeah.
on Discord, and we will get together and answer them for y'all on there.
Perfect. I want to answer C. Will Harden. This is a good question. He says, so if someone paying $2 a month submits a song and I do it, I can't see it unless I pay $5 a month. You're actually right. So we have an introductory tier that's only $2 a month. And people in that tier get to participate in our polls. They get to participate in the Discord.
You can submit recommendations.
recommendations
for stuff
and
you'd
do all
like
that sort
them
of
to
stuff.
do here on YouTube. Yeah.
But we allow that as an introductory level. What we do is we keep all of the recorded content, the recorded videos, the videos that I create, the extended play lounge, the fan favorites, the behind the scores, these sorts of things are for our $5 tier and up. So that's technically true.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the way that it will go.
Yep.
Rock on, y'all. Who's Fast Eddie? From y'all are talking about Fast Eddie. That could be Eddie Van Halen. That could be
Fast Eddie from Motorhead.
from Motorhead.
I see Guitar Channel.
I was
said.
thinking of Eddie from Iron Maiden. Well, no, we haven't been divided into classes. I'm just offering, I think $5 a month for 50 plus videos in each of these series now is quite a deal.
It's incredibly low
we just-
compared to other similar channels as ours. $5 per month is incredibly low when you're talking about having access to how many extended play lounge, which are full album listen
53 now. We've
videos.
got, yeah.
How many behind the score videos?
47, 48, something like that.
Right, and then how many fan favorites videos now?
18 or 19.
For $5 a month.
It's a lot of stuff.
It's way
Yeah.
lower than
We just
anybody
offer
else is
the-
going to charge
the-
you
the
on their
introductory
Patreon for this stuff. So
thing for people that just want to be included and might not have that extra
Right.
stuff.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
we're looking forward to another great week of music here, friends. And I'm wondering if anybody else has any questions for us before we leave and spend some time. I think we're going to spend some time outside. It's a lovely day today. It's around $60.
Thank you, Taz. Appreciate you. Thank you.
$60, 60 degrees. I don't know what I'm talking about today. I got a good night's sleep last night, too.
Well, kind of.
Kind of.
It was broken up.
Leffe, when is there a Carpenters video?
Pam, thank you.
I would. Sure. I haven't done a full-length Carpenters video, but I have done
You did do...
Bless the Beast and the Children
Yes.
on our fan favorites that was, I believe, in June.
Yeah,
And
that was very moving.
yeah, lovely.
Very, very moving.
Piece. Split is absolutely right. Karen was a damn good drummer. She could flat out play. In fact, when you think of drummers who have been great, like vocalists, like lead vocalists for bands, you know, you think of Phil Collins is kind of the first guy that comes to mind for me.
Sure.
For Genesis, but I mean, Karen Carpenter totally fits that.
Yeah.
Totally fits that.
Absolutely.
Really great. Gil is right. Don Henley.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Don Henley.
Absolutely.
Bill,
Absolutely.
the Discord fan favorites is not open just yet. We need to.
We're doing it in a little while here today.
We're gonna kind of circle the wagons and make sure that our announcements all kind of go out at the same time and that everything kind of opens up at the same time.
Yeah.
And we'll get that up later this afternoon and get y'all going.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and Alex is right. We can't do much music by the Eagles because
We
Don
would,
Henley is Don
otherwise.
Henley, and he doesn't like people to hear the Eagles music. So he we did come. You know what's
one way to put it.
I came
Yeah.
across. Ow.
You okay?
Yeah, the turntable's fine. I came across one of our.
Mike Portnoy.
Has Mike Portnoy been a lead singer?
Has he been a lead singer?
Is he the lead
That's a good
singer
question.
of the Winery Dogs? I don't know. Steven, I've heard calling occupants of interplanetary craft. I've heard the Carpenters version of that, but I didn't know that was a cover.
I didn't
Or
know
maybe
that
I
either.
did. Maybe I did know it was a cover. That would be a good one for like we did with Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Yeah, for sure. Juan is talking my language here. Stuart Copeland is one of my favorite musicians. The guy is absolutely
Oh my God, yeah.
stellar.
We got to see them when they like reformed and toured. When was that?
08, 09? Something like
And
that.
he was the best part of the show.
Yeah.
He was the best part. He was the best part of that whole entire concert to watch
Yeah.
what he does and to watch him go.
The other guys just stand there and play their instruments and sing. Stewart's
To
there,
watch him
you know,
go
like
from platform
Yeah.
from one platform to like he was jumping around and like playing percussion over here and then back to his drum set and then like, oh my God, it was absolutely
rock and roll.
amazing. I wanted to
Great-
find
great drummers.
Portnoy saying Crazy Horses with Neil Morse.
Ooh, nice.
Mark just told us.
Brian Boyer,
Awesome.
thank you, Arrow. Where is Brian Boyer's question? Did I miss it? There it is. I have one question. What made you want to get into doing something like this? Good question. What was it?
Well,
I kind of
it
backed
depends on
into.
how much you want to say.
I kind of backed into it, y'all. This came, insanity, right? Thank you, Split. I am a teacher at heart. I'm trained as a classical composer, but I'm a teacher at heart, and I love teaching. I was a professor at Westminster Choir College for more than a decade, and by the time we got to the pandemic, my gig kind of evaporated. And I was left with, I had been doing part-time professor and part-time church musician and then part-time composer, kind of doing all three. And when that fell through, I needed something to do to fill the void of, you know, those tens of thousands of dollars a year. And during the pandemic, not many people were hiring, especially higher ed. Higher ed was on, you know, lockdown, and the budgets were frozen and all that sort of stuff. So it was really dicey for several months. And I was contemplating, you know, okay, what, I haven't been in the private sector for over a decade. So what skills do I have that I could get a decent paying job in the private sector?
Well, that was the
You
issue,
know?
is that he has a tremendous amount of skills that can be put in any number of jobs, but it's who's going to, like he said, he hadn't been doing those things for
A long
over
time.
a decade, so
Yeah.
who's going to hire him when a lot of other people were also looking for work at that time? It was a really rough period.
For sure. And I started doing the Daily Doug just to keep myself sane, to do something positive with my day instead of just doom scrolling Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or what have you. And this was in the lead up to the 2020 election, right? And I was kind of jaded on music at the time, and I was doing other things, but I started the Daily Doug, and little by little it just became something that I enjoyed doing. And then we started featuring
Yeah,
reaction
the
style.
early Daily Doug episodes
Yeah.
were more of like a vlog talking about events of the day,
Sure.
talking about you played piano, and
We talked about meditation.
Piano
We
improvisation.
talked about some TV
Yep.
shows we were watching. We talked about politics.
Yep.
When Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away, I was sad and did that one.
Yeah.
You know, and then we kind of got past the election, and yeah, Alex, I did some cooking videos. That was true.
Yeah, the cooking videos.
And,
we need to do more of those.
And I just sort of, as based on my little I've told this story a few times, based on my little brother telling me, you know what, other people are doing these reaction style videos. You're a teacher, you'd be great at this, you should do it. And I said, okay, who should I do first? Alistair's remembering the Snow Angels.
Yeah.
Bless you, Alistair. And I picked Iron Maiden. We did Fear of the Dark for our very first one. I think it was in the 40s, that first episode. And it just kind of took off from there.
I
Yeah.
want to just point out,
People liked it. It was something,
yeah.
as a long way of answering that question, I finally found something like post-pandemic or during the pandemic where I could do something that uses the skills that I have cultivated over these many years, and people react to it and actually have a desire to hear more. So I kept doing more. People said, hey, if you did this, you'd like Nightwish. I said, who's Nightwish? Look that up.
Yeah.
Hey, they're pretty cool. Oh, you'd like more Iron Maiden? Sure. More Iron Maiden, more Metallica, and 6 months later, we had a Patreon. It really came about as a surprise.
yeah, it
And-
was really surprising.
But by the time that we really got going, we decided, you know, there's a community here, there's value here, and this is going to be an opportunity to do not just these reaction videos, but online teaching, which we've done, and a whole lot of other teaching, and just keeping me in music. And I've been very, very happy to find this outlet, and we're going to keep right on trucking,
Because you
friends.
can teach, you're
Absolutely.
teaching every time you make one of your videos. You can continue teaching this
Yeah.
way, and have found so much support from this community.
Yeah.
I wanted to
Thank you,
say,
Neil. Neil says he's liked my reaction of several species of small furry animals.
I love that one.
The council set me up for that one.
I don't want to mispronounce your last name, Brian Boyer, and what I love about your name is it makes me smile because we have a very, very dear friend named Brian Boyd, who actually has been on one of your videos.
Yeah.
And
When
love
Taylor
Brian. We love Brian
Hawkins
Boyd.
passed away,
Yes.
our friend Brian is a big Foo Fighters fan,
Yeah.
and I chatted with him from a fan's perspective
Yeah.
about that. Yeah.
But Brian here says, I'm a musician as well, and I've learned a lot from you. Thank you for all your input.
Thank you
So,
very much.
Thank you for saying that. David Fisher says, at Brian Ditto.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try to keep, when I'm doing these, as I'm listening in real time, it's almost like riffing a music lecture and not being prepared for what you're going to talk about until you actually hear it. And so when I do that, what I'm really trying to do is to have a perspective, to say something that y'all can either agree with or say you're full of crap, because that's part of this, right? I want to have an actual take. I want to have an idea about, do I like it? Do I not like it? If I liked it, what did I like about it? What did I not? Okay? All that sort of stuff. And it's a great privilege to be able to keep coming back and communicating with y'all all. I've learned so much from all of you through this process.
For sure.
Y'all have been, and that's really the greatest thing about teaching, is when both the professor and the student have buy-in and both have perspectives and knowledge, and we can both lift up each other.
Yeah.
And it's really a great thing. What are y'all talking about?
I wanted to...
Juan says, I like Euphoria's
just was
music.
gonna-
Thank you. I saw that too. Aphoria, our secondary channel, but it's our friend John's main outlet, and that's...
Well, his own... John's own YouTube channel really is his main outlet. John Franek is the founder of Aphoria.
We got John to... I'm sorry to interrupt you.
And brought us in to help him on that channel, but really the content on Aphoria is mostly from John. And you can also see or hear a lot of piano music from Doug on Aphoria. There's also a lot of piano music on Aphoria from John. And I know there's another contributor on Aphoria on piano as well, with some lovely stuff, and names not coming to my head. Well, Melancholique is John.
Right.
But I wanted to, while we're talking about Aphoria, what I want to go back to.
Sure.
Juan said, I like Aphoria music when you post it in your Instagram account. Thank you for that. Doug,
I try to share it as often as I remember to.
Yeah, Doug does share. And if you want to follow them, it is, and Juan has it spelled right here, Aphoria. And can I just say,
Today's video is
there's
awesome.
a new Aphoria video today, and I'm going to try. It's probably not going to, if I give you the audio, it's not going to come off well from phone to phone. But Autumnal Riverside Fire. So here's the POV. You are at you're sitting out on the outside patio of a riverside home, like right next to the river. It's autumn. The trees are we've got trees with yellow leaves, and there are yellow leaves that are falling.
I love October.
There's a fire table on this patio with the little fire crackling sounds and like comfy, cozy furniture to sit on. This is what it looks like. Sorry, the lights are, but it's absolutely beautiful. This just dropped today on Aphoria's channel. You can hear the water sound. You can hear the fire crackling sound. You can hear some nature sounds. It is pure perfection.
It's wonderful.
So please go check that out. And we will be posting a reel for it on Aphoria's Instagram channel, but to help kind of boost it. But please do go check that out when we're done with our video here, or with the live stream here.
Sure.
It is absolutely beautiful, and it will likely be on our TV
this
for
afternoon.
much of the afternoon.
Yeah. Alex says 3 hours is a bit long. Well, it's designed to be just on in the background. You know, you don't have to watch all 3 hours.
You can fall asleep with it. You can have it on
yeah.
while you're reading. You can have it on to have something in the background to while you meditate. If you just want to sit and zone out for a while and relax, you can. It's also great to have on while you're working,
while I'm
or
reading.
studying. Yeah. That's so that's why 3 hours. It's meant to just be there in the background.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Aline asks.
And also, it's great to listen with headphones.
For sure.
Makes it even
Asks
much richer experience.
if I've been wearing my yellow, that big yellow jacket,
Your Freddie Mercury.
my Freddie Mercury jacket. You know, it's been too warm, but now that it's getting cooler, you might see that out occasionally. That's going to be fun. Juan says, my favorite video reactions are those where you play the piano. Thank you. I bring the piano out when I have an inkling that it might be interesting for me to go there. Sometimes I have the piano out and going and I never go to it. But when it feels right, I pop over to the keyboard, and it definitely is fun to play along. That's part of how I've practiced my ear training over the years. Is I'll hear a song on the radio and I'll try to figure out what key is it in, what are they doing, can I figure out how the melody goes, and then come home and try to play it, just from what I remember. And you do that time and time and time again, and you develop the skill a little bit as well.
Andrew's asking, have you worked any more on your prog piece?
A little. I'm hoping to get to it today. I've written a little more, and I'm going to try to finish it. It's kind of this thing where I'm so busy, I have to work in the cracks. It's not like I wake up and I have a full day open to just write and be immersed in that. I've got to figure out, okay, I've got an hour and a half. Can I manage to get my brain working to do some more writing?
Yeah, Andrew, as Guitar Channel mentioned there, or answered your question, I do play French horn, or as we horn players like to call it, we just call it horn.
The horn.
And I've been taking a break from it in recent months for several reasons. But I'm starting to feel the itch to get back into it. Right now, what I'm currently doing is saving up money so that I can get it in for a cleaning, which it desperately needs, and it needs some repairs as well.
Needs an oil change.
It needs some TLC, but that all costs money, so I'm saving up money to get that done so that I can get it in good playing condition and pick it back up again.
Split is asking what's better, the French or the English horn.
Oh God, I love them both.
They're extremely different instruments, though.
Correct.
The horn, the French horn is a brass instrument. The English horn is a reed instrument, a double reed instrument. Both of them are F instruments and have similar ranges.
Yes. You can think of English horn as like a bigger, larger sized oboe.
Yeah, it's like the viola version of an oboe, right? If there is one. Koch is asking if there will be a choir part in my song.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know. What I'm trying to do is to write it such that a regular band of like 4 or 5 players could actually play. I want it to be, I'd love it to be played. Like, I'm used to writing music, and I chart it out, and then other people play it. So I'm not thinking that there's going to be a choir part, but who knows? By the time I get to the end, maybe we will. Maybe we will. I do know that Prague Stock is going on this weekend here in New Jersey, and I've sadly missed it, friends. I'm not going to be able. I didn't get to go on Friday night or Saturday. Yesterday.
That's true, Tom.
Or today. And I know that, Patrick Mraz is there, Rachel Flowers is there, Annie Haslam is hanging out this weekend, and I really wanted to see if I could get up and see my friends up there. but it's just not going to work out. Just so many other things that are going on, and so I wish all of them well up at Prague Stock this weekend. For sure, for sure. Whew. I think Coleman is asking, when will Opeth be back? I don't think too long. I've got some Tool coming up, I think. We're going to try to get to some AC/DC, and it won't be too long before Opeth comes back. I appreciate you asking about that.
Stephen answered the question about which is better, horn or English horn. Excuse me. Stephen said, my favorite is English horn, and I so don't blame you for that. We have a very dear friend who plays oboe and English horn, and my goodness, she's
great,
incredible, and
a lot of times,
love her. You know what?
A lot of times you'll have like she'll play second oboe in an orchestra, and you'll have to bring both your oboe and your English horn and be ready to go back and forth between the two.
That's true.
Yeah.
I want to find. Looking up? I'm looking up. There they are.
The bel canto duo.
So our friend who plays oboe and English horn, her name is Darcy, and she and her now husband, David Downing. They're both incredible musicians. David plays the cello, and he performs a lot, and as does Darcy. They both perform a lot, and he uses like a a looping machine. So anyway,
gets a groove going.
They're absolutely incredible, but they have a group they have an album out called Angels Share. They're called Bel Canto Duo. And they do have an album out. If you want to check them out, it is
lovely music.
It is absolutely beautiful music. It is I feel like it falls kind of in this quite a similar category as Aphoria does, because it is
kind of meditative.
Kind of meditative. It is so beautiful. Please do check it out if you can.
Excellent.
Bel Canto Duo.
Well, let me.
You can find them on YouTube.
They're our great friends.
Angels Share.
Let's see.
Is their album?
Will is saying, I wrote a song and have a video. Ooh, cool.
Awesome. Thanks, Steve.
Send it my way. I will love to hear it. Hi, Sander. Good to see you. Let's see. One more time.
I like French and British food both too.
We're coming up on an hour. I can't believe
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe we've been on it for a whole hour. That's amazing. The time has gone by very quickly. Thanks
Y'all
for
are
hanging
getting
out
a
with
little bit
us.
of a taste of what a council hangout is like.
Except we play music.
Except we play music with
sure.
it. Yeah.
Okay, and we get to actually talk back and forth instead of just being in the chat.
Because we're on Zoom, so
yeah, those are Zoom meetings. So this week, I can't wait to share it with all of you. Up first, Iron Maiden. Up the irons, y'all.
Yeah.
Up the irons. We're doing side 1 from their original debut album from 1980. First side of Iron Maiden. And then on Tuesday, we're going to look at The Planets by Holst, Movement 3. We're looking at Movement 3 to continue on looking at that wonderful suite. On Wednesday, we're going back to Stevie Ray Vaughan, and we're going to take a look at a song of his called Riviera Paradise. I'm not familiar with that one, I don't believe. But it comes recommended from our Discord. On Thursday, it's a throwback episode, and we're taking a look at Frank Zappa. I recorded 50/50, my reaction to his song 50/50, last month, I believe, with our fan favorites.
Yeah.
And then we're going to finish it out on Friday with Spock's Beard and their song The Light. It was another one of our high finishers on our Epics fan favorites that didn't quite make it into the fan favorites video, but I thought, it'd be a great one for a Friday episode. Spock's Beard, The Light, from their very first album, and I'm looking forward to that. And then on Saturday, our next council hangout. Council of Doug's members, we will meet on Saturday, and I will have a Zoom link ready for y'all before too long.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
I was chuckling at Damon McDougall's joke in the chat here.
Yeah.
What I love instrument jokes, they're fun. What do you call a piccolo that's on sale? A cheap trill.
A cheap trill.
That's cute. I like that
That's
one.
funny. That's
I like
funny.
that one.
We could do a whole afternoon of music jokes.
Eduardo, I completely agree with you, and not just because I'm working with the guy next to me, but he said, "Oh man, what an awesome week!
It's gonna
I
be
am
fun.
so with you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a really good week."
Yeah. I mean, Iron Maiden. I also try to mix up some time period as well. The Iron Maiden debut is from 1980. The Holst, is from earlier in the 20th century. Stevie Ray Vaughan's is from, I think, the late 80s. Zappa is from the early 70s. And Spock's Beard, I believe that album came out in 95. So we've got quite a bit
Bit of a
that
variety
can go back and forth. Steve is telling me that I should check out Stevie's brother, Jimmy. I have read about Jimmy Vaughan. I've never, I think, seen him or heard him play. But yeah, I know about Jimmy as well. And
Yeah, Guitar Channel. It's a learning process. What is that? What you were looking at?
No, split.
Oh,
What about 16th century Iron Maiden?
I like
They're
that.
gonna have a hard time plugging in their guitars if if they go back there.
Put him in the Iron Maiden.
The Iron Maiden. Excellent. Yeah, guitar. I'll do that. I have a way to get the guitar parts in tablatures and all that sort of form.
Do you remember what that's from? Put him in the Iron Maiden.
No.
Righteous.
No.
I think maybe I can't remember how they execute them. Bogus.
Bill and Ted?
The second movie.
The second Bill and Ted? I
Put them in the Iron
might have to
Maiden.
go back and see what happened. I don't remember the sequel too much. Excellent. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Thank you, Split. One more time. This week, Iron Maiden, side
Hey,
one.
before you review the week,
Sure.
I saw someone mention earlier something about music from Skyrim, and I wondered if that person is still on. Don't remember who you were, but I did take a screenshot of your comment on my phone.
Cool.
So that we can put it in our notes, because we are still looking to, we've only just barely tapped into video gaming
Yeah.
game music, and we're eager for more.
Yep.
So
We'll get to
thank
some
you
more
for your
as well.
suggestions.
I mean, we're just getting started. I mean, we've done quite a bit. I mean, Iron Maiden is a band that we've gotten to know quite a bit
Right.
over 30 videos over a couple of years.
But only just now tapping into
Just tapping
the early.
into anime, just tapping into some video game music. So all of it is kind of in different streams, and I'm
Yeah, I
up for
love
all
it.
of it, y'all.
Yeah,
All
it's
of
fun.
it.
It's so much fun. I love it.
And it's good to be here with all of you. I believe that that's going to be all for us.
Hey, Stephen
this week.
Seamus. First of all, your name sounds very Irish, which I am drawn to because I am part Irish myself.
Excellent.
And
Thank you,
this is
Sander.
finally remembered live stream, and it's about to finish. Belated hello.
Hello.
We are wrapping up, but
Yeah.
but we are extremely happy you're here. So thank you for being able to join us.
Wonderful. Gil, it'll be a little bit of time, I think, before I get to Zeppelin. It was great to get to them a week or two ago,
Yeah.
and but it won't be too long. I'll keep going.
Yeah, we'll be revisiting.
with Zeppelin, and we'll see what they've got. But I believe that's going to be all for us today. I'll make sure that we get the week posted so that y'all can see it,
Yeah.
and we'll see you down the line. We'll do a premiere on Monday and Wednesday and Friday for sure, maybe on Thursday if we have an opportunity to. It's Iron Maiden, Gustav Holst, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Frank Zappa, and Spock's Beard. A heck of a carpool
That's a great week.
this week. So we'll see you along the way, and we thank you for hanging out with us.
Lots of love, everybody.
Peace.
Thank you for
Peace.
being with us.
So are you gonna I gotta take this off the thing.
You're gonna need to take care of this.
You don't want to?
No,
No?
you gotta
Is
take
it me?
care of this.
Okay.
You just gotta.
Where is
You
it?
gotta. It's around here
Not
somewhere.
no. It's that. There's one X. Okay.
Is it? What,
Is it
then
this
you have
one?
To hit that thing.